Hello! Okay, alrighty, so I'm going to do my sewing video, everything that I made in 2023. So I have a list here that I'll be checking. First thing I made was white top, which is this one. I made this out of double cheesecloth, and it's like my third attempt because I wanted it to be lined on the inside, and I wanted to have changed it from like a scoop neck to a v-neck. I think this was like the first thing I ever tried to make, and it was dreadful. But this is a third attempt. It looks quite decent. I think I lined the front and back, but not the sleeves. And I think I'll try it on later, but I think that the v-neck worked out okay. There might be a little bit of kind of pulling in this front part here. But even though it's like my third attempt, and this one is kind of finally quite nice, I think I'm going to throw it out because I just don't suit white. So there's that one. And then I made two scratchy merinos. So these, I got the merino fabric for quite cheap online, and then I made, using a raglan pattern, I was able to make, I think out of like 1.8 meters or 1.3 maybe, I was able to make a raglan t-shirt and a raglan long sleeve merino, which I think I took this one overseas because I was fine losing it because it's so scratchy, but it's fine to wear. I also put, this is the first thing I think I figured out how to do merino, like thumb hole sleeves, so you can wear them like this. So that was good to learn. I made these before I had the overlocker, so they're not finished as nice as they could as well. I think I potentially may get rid of these, or what I was thinking I might do, because this t-shirt is longer than the long sleeve, so I could mix and match the sleeves with the body potentially, so that might need some more work. Halloween skirt, oh I had that. This is my first attempt at a circle skirt, which I really loved. It's a full length circle skirt, and the material is like a see-through spiderweb, which is really cool. You know, it's kind of adequately made, not hemmed at all. Focusing. But yeah, that's super cute for Halloween. And then I also had leftover fabric, so I made these arm things, which I don't really like, but they're just like arm poofs, so you can do whatever you want with. Might just get rid of those and keep this skirt. This skirt is pretty cool. Now, white circle skirt. I made this out of a tablecloth from the op shop. So it's quite cute. Again, it's just a circle skirt and looped around plastic. It has a really cute movement to it because it's a full circle, but it's a little bit uneven at the bottom. I kind of just followed, I cut the center out following a circle in the middle, and I don't think that was totally perfect. Blue beach dress. I don't think these are in order which I made them, but so blue beach dress is this one, which I'm pretty proud of because I came up with the pattern all on my own, and I had a minimal amount of fabric. I think I had 0.9 because it was a remnant, so I had to make the pattern small, so 0.9, so the back is open with that tie. I was really happy because I completely lined this inside the bodice, put some darts in. But one of the big issues is that I didn't measure the length of these straps right, so on the they are all inset, but then I ended up taking out a bit more, which you can see it looks silly. But yeah, I'm really impressed with my patterning-ish on this. Where it sits, it can sometimes feel a bit tight and the dart is not quite right, but oh well. Another big issue with this is that I had like so much fabric in the skirt, so the proportion of the elastic needed like 2 elastic so it doesn't hang open kind of at the back. Now what I think I might do with this one is I might turn it into a top and a skirt as a set instead of one dress. That way I can make a fully elastic skirt and I can get in here and read the straps so that they are fully set. So I might actually go through and refix that. Material. Small PJ set, shirt and shorts. So these are quite cute. I think this fabric is very cheap, but it's like, I think it's jersey spandex, so it's super comfy. I think I've remade both of these like twice to improve them. Still not quite right. So these shorts, I think I remade to add pockets. They're folded under pockets, not just stitched on top. I kind of copied Peter Alexander shorts for these, and they had a slant to them going down, which is like accentuated on these and it looks terrible. If I was to remake them, I would just make it a straight short at the bottom because it looks too much. I could potentially go in and take it out, but I would have to re-hem the bottom, so I'm not sure if I will do that. Probably not. It's matching t-shirt. It's quite cute, again super comfy, and I made it with a raglan sleeve. However, it's really nice, and I have worn these plenty. Because of like the layout of pattern on the fabric, I had like a teeny tiny notch in one of the pieces, and it's kind of the only thing that's really an issue with it, but if it's not, you know, I may as well get rid of them. I do wear it. And the other thing, which was really cool, is these pants. So I kind of made these again with my own pattern. These are full length. These have pockets, but they're just whacked straight on top, essentially. So these are pretty cool. Comfy pants have an elastic waistband and then elastic at the ankle cuff. Oh no elastic at the ankle cuff, but just a cuff. And so I copied these off from Peter Alexander track pants as well, and they worked out really cool. So I was wearing these like all the time. I think there's something a wee bit wrong with them. I think the elastic, like I kind of ran out of material. Like I just needed like a teeny tiny bit more to finish one aspect of these. So this isn't, there's like a bit of stretching at one end and a little bit of a hole there, but like these are fine, and I would wear these, like wake up, put those on every day if I didn't sleep in them. They're really cool. Green PJ top. This is one that is really good, a good piece. So this is like a cool waffle material, if you can see that. So wear these as pajamas. I think this is made from my Bev Knits mid-stretch top pattern, which is really good, like women's pattern size 10. And then I've stitched down the overlocking on here. I just put a normal straight cuff on. So this is a really good top. I've done a double kind of pin, double fold hem for the bottom. This is really cool. I'll keep this as a PJ top. It's awesome. Grey merino and 2 black merinos. So I made these again with the same Bev Knits pattern, which I have obviously used at least 4 times. But I'm a bit iffy on it because the front and the back are the exact same, and I think that it would look better with, you know, a different front and back shoulder, and potentially it's a bit too far out on me. But so I made a grey premium merino remnant from 0.8 material, so that can be done. And then I have I put again cuffs with thumb holes, and this one has I think a 3cm neckline here. I maybe put something in and this has clear elastic in the shoulder part. That means that I have to leave a top stitching gap over here, because if I top stitch it doesn't go through the elastic. So that's something I've learnt. So I probably won't do that anymore. I'll probably just use interfacing instead. And this bottom, this is nicely hemmed as well with an overlock and then a twin stitch around the bottom, which is my preference, I think, because it looks like a cover stitch. I then made two, this is from my silk merino that I got on sale at the fabric store. Two black ones. It is good, just perfect underneath things. These ones don't have elastic in. I think they might just have interfacing in the sleeve. So I can top stitch over. I think I've kind of remade both of these twice. So this one is a round neck with maybe a 3 or 4 centimeter neckline ribbing of the same material, and this has again thumb hole cuffs, kind of long-ish, and then this one has a V-neck, a like double fold over V-neck, so you can see that it's a bit whoop, so there is a little bit of like puckering in here where it's not sewn quite right, so potentially I should redo that, but I think I'll just leave it. And these have just straight cuffs with no thumb hole, although I think one of them I extended the sleeve like an extra 5 centimeters and it really didn't need it, so I potentially could fix that neckline. Oh, and it must be this one. I could potentially take some length off the sleeve there as well, which I may do because otherwise they will get worn quite a bit because they're such a staple. I made some eye masks, but they're not the best, and I didn't get the pattern quite right of where I want the elastic to come from, how big I want them, kind of things like that. I quite like the really quite big where it comes down quite low, and also the elastic tension too. So I won't even show any good ones of those. My patchwork track pants. These I really like. So this is from leftover stuff from like hoodies that I made in 2022. So they're made of like cut up pieces, squares, so they all look like different shapes. You know, like different, like a patchwork, but it's all the same fabric, and it does have pockets too. And then it has kind of a premium ribbing, which is like a slightly different colour black, and this feels like swimwear elastic. But the premium ribbing is really comfy. The bottom is just ribbing with no elastic. So these are really cool, really wearable. I had a little bit of a disaster with these. I did use a pattern, and then I chopped some off the top because I think they were too long, and then I was able to save it by dropping the crotch down as well, and so it could have been a disaster, but I avoided it. Dorothy dress and striped dress. I'll get the pattern. So these dresses are kind of based on this pattern, Butterick 6952, size 10. I kind of used the bodice from this, but it's not perfect, so I need to kind of change it around. And then also, I need to just make it as is and see from that point, because I kind of changed the pattern without really making the initial one up first. So this is Dorothy. I got this material, it was like $3 a meter, and so I was like, okay, yeah, I've been wanting to make this. So Dorothy, so she's got the bodice, there is boning in the bodice, which is kind of hidden by the straps here. She's got buttons that I can take these on and off from, so this stripes are all going the correct ways that they're meant to. These are on an angle, whereas this is the main, this is straight, and then it has a band on an angle. The band I had to interface because if I cut it, it would, because it's on the bias, it would deform and not line up straight. It's also, I've got a zip in the back, and it's nicely lined on the inside as well as I could. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it, really. Zips are always a pain, but it looks decent in the back. I put horsehair in the bottom because I wanted it to have a cute flouncy look, but I might take it out because it's not a circle skirt, it's a gathered straight skirt, and so I'm not sure that they really need horsehair hem, and it's kind of a wee bit too long, so I could just cut that off and it might look better actually. So I'm actually really happy with that. That is really nice, quite nicely done. And then at the op shop I found these super cute shoes to go with it, so I got them for $20, so I have a Dorothy outfit if I even need one. Based off the same pattern, so I have this bodice, and then this is not a gathered straight skirt, it's a folded straight skirt. Has band around the top, obviously no buttons, but I did put rings for this tie to go through like a belt, and then it's at the back as well. These I've just put in the wrong spot. Ideally I would have had them out here better, but I just mucked that up. Again, this is lined as well, just with black cotton, and it's not got boning in, but it's slightly different because they're joined at the top where the Dorothy one had a fold over part at the top for some reason. I think I maybe did the top piece separately. And one issue with this is that the bodice pieces are interfaced kind of averagely, so I'm not sure if that might come off like in the wash and then be trapped inside between the front bodice and the lining. So we'll have to see. The zip is ever so nearly aligned, it'll be fine. The bottom is a nice pin hem with, just a nice pin hem. So this is really nice actually. Potentially this tie should be nicely interfaced so it looks straight the way around, but we'll see. And I was kind of happy with the pleating on here. It's probably about a 1.5 skirt. What I did was folded, so it kind of goes fold the navy, fold the lines, fold the navy together, fold the lines, so it still looks like it goes lines, navy, lines, navy, lines, navy. Or maybe it's a 2 skirt. I think it's a 1.5. I also made leotards, but I took them to the gym, so they're sitting there to be sold. So I talk about them now. Anyway, I made a green and black leotard. I think I have a photo or video of it. I'll try and get photo and videos to add them in. So I made a green and black leotard with a kind of a neck piece and a black bikini clip. The clip is a bit smaller than the front of the neck piece, so it kind of has to taper off, which is not the best. It's also just a straight rectangle, so it kind of has a bit of a gap around the neck, but I'm not concerned about that because I think it's just more comfortable to wear if it's not choking you. It also fully overlocked. I have a band going through it of like green, it's black with green spandex with leopard print that I painted onto the green spandex. The pant has a green spandex section, and then it also has green like frill of the spandex hanging off. And so with that, because I was concerned about if it pulls, it's going to distort. So, which it could do, like if you're doing a false roll on it and you pull the fringe. So I got black stretch interfacing, put it on the back, so that should, unless you really yank it and really pull the interfacing off, it should kind of protect those pieces looking nice and straight. And then it's all covered in rhinestones pretty much. All of the leopard spots are black rhinestone with one white, and then there's some white gems on the fringe. So I think that's really cool, but it's got to be for the right person, the right routine. Pink and black flower leotard, which I think is really nice as well. Would be super cute for a nice wee ribbon. So that's an op shop pink, black kind of mesh material. I put black rhinestones across it. A little pink leotard. I think I have that in here, but it's really not good. It would have been really good, but the mesh material is not really correct base mesh for a leotard. It's too floaty. So this is the wee pink one. So Matilda did wear it for one of her competitions, but it's a bit too, this mesh is too soft. But otherwise it's super cute with pink on pink. And this, I have just this mesh bands instead of elastic, which actually works really fine. But yeah, it would be so cute. I might take it apart and remake it with proper mesh maybe one day. This one I made in 2022, but I went and like gemmed it all up, so it's pretty cool. However, I dropped a dot of like glue on it, then I covered up that patch where I dropped the glue because I couldn't get it out, and then it's just a disaster. So this one's just going away. And this one's a disaster as well. I think I showed this last year. It's like a fiery flame one, but the skirt just doesn't sit right, and the fabric is not the best. I might remake it. We'll see. Another one that I have at the gym to sell, black Starry Leo, which turned out quite cute. I didn't overlock it though, however, so it's not the best quality. So I had weird straps and I fixed them with a small band of fabric, which I really like, and it's made from a velvety stretch fabric, which is quite cool, but it has like a crease line, so it's not the best. And the skirt was kind of a bit weird. I think if it's somebody bigger than me, they'll fill it out and it will sit a bit better. And then the Leo, so this is the one I made it out of Op Shop material. I think it's fantastic. It went with an olive mesh of the right kind of fabric for gymnastics leotard. But it's quite different and it doesn't have that much sparkle. It's like, I would love it. I think it looks gorgeous, but obviously it's not. It's brown and it's not full of diamantes, so it's a very niche product. Two last things that I made are like pillows essentially. So I made this tailor's ham, which is really cool. So it's cotton on the back and then like what I hope is wool on the front. It looks like I got this from the Op Shop, this fabric, and it looked like it was pieces of like a kilt or a skirt, which is absolutely perfect. That's exactly what I needed. So yeah, and then it's full of natural fibre scraps that I just had, so like cheap cottons and some leftover of the wool, stuff like that. I feel like it can definitely fit some more stuff in it, so we'll see. And then the last thing, which is a bit ridiculous, is this like neck pillow which is kind of made out of like baby material, and I have an old pillow that I didn't really like that I use the stuffing out of to make stuff. So this is just like to keep a nice wee neck pillow just under my neck at night, which is quite cool. But I guess I could use it for whatever. It's like sometimes it just sits in the back of my bed right up against the wall just as a place to keep it. It is super comfy. I haven't used it in a wee while. But yeah, so that's it. That's everything I made in 2023. So I'll see. I might go through it now and get rid of a few things, put a few things aside to perhaps fix up. But yeah, I think maybe the best two, there's lots of stuff here that I wear all the stuff even though it's not perfect, like the track pants, but obviously these two dresses are probably the best makes. Yeah, but I just need to perfect that bodice and then how to put a nice zip in the back the best way. But yeah, so that's everything that I sewed in 2023.